You're just trying to grab a slice of pizza, maybe hit a bar, and now you got to feed a meter like it's an insatiable Tamagotchi from like 1998, right? Good morning, it's Prospector Show on Rock 107.
Downtown Scranton, free parking after 5 p.m. and on weekends could be history. On-street parking could now cost you from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. on weekdays and 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. on Saturdays, plus a 25-cent hourly rate increase.
On Saturday? All right, come on, Kate. Look, they're turning downtown into a coin-operated carnival ride. What's next? Meters on my couch? I'm just trying to grab a beer. I don't want to refinance my car just to park. 25 cents more an hour. That's not a fee. That's a stick-up.
City leaders say the changes are needed to avoid parking debt, but local businesses aren't happy. They're worried customers will skip downtown to avoid the extra cost.
Yeah, no kidding. Business owners out there running shops, not a parking garage, and you think I'm going to pay to park just to buy a $4 latte? I'm sorry, I will make Folgers in the microwave if I got to, all right? This is Scranton, not freaking Manhattan after all.
The new rules mean you'll pay to park until 7 p.m. on weekdays and 6 p.m. on Saturdays. Residents are concerned it'll hurt downtown's vibe. Fewer shoppers, fewer diners, less foot traffic.
Hurt the vibe? They're sucking the soul out of downtown with this. Look, I'm going to need a second job just to park while getting a burger at backyard ale houses. And Saturday charges? Are you kidding me? That's my day to wander. Maybe hit a bookstore. Not feed a meter like it's a slot machine. I'm not in the airport in Vegas for crying out loud.
The city's hosting a council meeting where the public can share feedback on these changes. It's a chance to tell leaders how the rules might affect you.
Here's how they're going to affect me. Ow! Feedback. I got feedback for you. Stop fleecing us for parking on the streets that we already paid for with taxes. This ain't a game of Monopoly. Quit making me pay to land on Baltic Avenue. Scranton, you're killing us.
If you've got thoughts on the parking changes, head to the council meeting. Prospector, you all right over there?
You know what? I'm digging for quarters. It's like I'm living up to my name. I'm prospecting for gold here. Next thing you know, they're going to charge you to walk puka downtown or something. I should be ditching the Electric City for a town that loves free parking as much as I do. Matt Cameron is leaving Pearl Jam. The band is wishing him the best, but secretly they're worried they can't find a better man. Power is back on at the Wyoming Valley Mall after nearly 2 weeks. Wow, they must have lost upwards of $30 in sales. For the first time in over a century, Parisians will be allowed to swim in the River Seine. Usually, French people only get in the water during their monthly bath.
Making sure breaking news stays broken. Tune in tomorrow for Prospector's Briefs on Rock 107.
Does Pennsylvania have a budget yet?
Nope.
This has been, does Pennsylvania have a budget yet?
Did you even notice? I almost missed this completely till I saw they were reopening. Good morning, it's Prospector Show on Rock 107.
The Wyoming Valley Mall in Wilkes-Barre Township has been closed since June 25th due to a power outage caused by damaged underground lines. Power was restored yesterday, and the mall will reopen today.
Come on now, Kate. 2 weeks without power? That's not a mall. That's a cave with better parking. And now they're out there blaming underground lines like there's a secret mole uprising going on. They're chewing on the lines. 2 freaking weeks without power. Are you kidding me? What is this, the 1800s? I'm picturing mall employees in there with oil lamps trying to sell skinny jeans by candlelight. Sir, the fitting room's over there, but watch out for the wax strip. Here's the thing. This was barely a story. Could you imagine if a mall was closed for 2 hours 25 years ago? People would have been rioting on 81. Now it goes 2 weeks, and people are like, yeah, but Amazon Prime days are coming soon.
Crews worked hard, resuming repairs after the holiday, and finally got the lights back on Monday afternoon. Updates were posted to Facebook.
All right, 2 weeks to fix a wire. Were they hand weaving the copper? I mean, I know they were looking for parts and they had to wait and all that stuff, but after 2 weeks, I'm thinking the mannequins started a union in there demanding better lighting, and they're updating people on Facebook. Half of these shoppers are on MySpace. Next time, just send a carrier pigeon or something. Oh, wait, get a guy out there with a megaphone yelling, "Mall's closed, go home." I picture the shoppers showing up excited, wanting to buy a new phone case, and they're like, why is it so dark? This is a mall or a haunted house? And the employers are like, we're closer. There's no power. No power? I just need socks.
No word on how much revenue was lost. If you're headed to the Wyoming Valley Mall today, expect normal hours starting today.
Yeah, after 2 weeks of darkness, they're better off giving free pretzels or something like that. They should hook us up for waiting for this long. Businesses are bleeding money. Shoppers are showing up like, I can't buy my overpriced sneakers. It's not a 2 week, like that's a hostage situation to be out for 2 weeks like this. It doesn't make sense. If the mall goes dark again, I'm going to show up with a flashlight. I'm going to haggle for my socks in the shadows. The whole thing's a mess. Next time, rig up some solar panels or you know what? Hire a hamster to run a generator. Get it together.
Life's pretty tough right now. There's plenty of bad news, but it's not all bad. It's time for the brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107.
1,500 motorcyclists in England showed up to escort a 16-year-old kid to his prom. His name is Josh Duff. He's on the spectrum, and he's been dealing with bullies. His dad has a motorcycle and was hoping to get about 50 bikers to show up. Josh told a reporter, "I used to say I felt alone, but I don't feel that way anymore."
Thanks. We needed that. The brighter side of Prospector on Rock 107. Ladies and gentlemen, grab the kids, call your neighbors, and gather around the radio.
It's now time to announce the winner of Prospector's Jam Bag of the Day, as decided by you at rock107.com.
We uncover the most baffling, ridiculous, pathetic, cockeyed, laughable, preposterous blunders in the world of misdeeds. Nominee number 1.
The irony here is if the guy was driving a little faster, he might have passed the cop in time to have not been in such big trouble. A man in Florida got caught speeding last week, and the timing couldn't have been worse. It was right after a new super speeder law went into effect. And I mean right after. Florida just added a law that hands down tougher penalties if you're caught driving over 100 miles an hour. The law went into effect at 12:01 a.m. last Tuesday, and the guy got caught doing 104 miles an hour in a 70 zone just 2 minutes later. Officials confirmed he was the first person to get ticketed under the new law. First-time offenders can get 30 days in jail and a $500 fine, or both. It's not clear if they let him off with the fine, but there's footage of him in handcuffs, so maybe not. Either way, he better not get caught super speeding again. Repeat offenders can get up to 90 days in jail.
Nominee number 2.
Talk about a rough ride. A driver in a Honda Passport sparked chaos in Boston's South End after hitting a car and attempting to flee. The suspect sped off when approached by police, dragging an officer some 20 feet. The SUV, described as battle-worn with deflated airbags and missing front tires, weaved through traffic, striking several vehicles. Witnesses reported the driver was hitting everything but the lottery. Police eventually stopped the vehicle, finding fentanyl and crack cocaine inside. The driver now faces a slew of charges, including driving under the influence, assault with a dangerous weapon, and drug possession.
And the winner is
the driver who turned Boston's South End into their own personal demolition derby. You're the Yam Bag of the Day, and we'll move on to Friday's Yam Bag of the Week competition. Keep it here for all the nominees for Prospector's Yam Bag of the Day, weekday mornings on Rock 107. Prospector's Prime Cuts podcast. Be sure to catch us live weekdays from 5:30 to 10 a.m. on Rock 107 or online at rock107.com or the Rock 107 app. A free download for your Android or iPhone. Subscribe to the podcast on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher Radio, or wherever you get your podcasts so you never miss Prospector's Prime Cuts.